Galnet News, your galaxy in focus. 1st of May, 3301. In today's news, victory in Volungu for Federal forces. Federal incursion in frontier Imperial star system. Quivira feels the wrath of Petraeus. Petraeus responds to unfounded accusations. The war-torn region of Volungu has been under intense scrutiny over the last few days, as a centuries-old feud between the Favioles and the Blossoms threatened to reignite and engulf the region in a wave of bloodshed. According to sources in the Patreus Principal's home system Liaden, the attack on Volungu was carried out by a group of younger family members. Having never experienced war themselves, and inspired by the recent influx of Imperial combat veterans to the region, the young Favioles foolishly chose to attack their neighbors in a misguided quest for glory. Federal pilots eager to maintain the peace flocked to Volungu in their thousands. Now, just a few days later, the threat from the Patreus Principals has been neutralized. Their leadership has apologized, and an uneasy peace has settled on the system once more. War broke out between federal and independent forces in the Imperial frontier world of Aisatsu. The Li Chong Advanced Systems Corporation, heavily supported by the Federal Navy, has initiated an aggressive takeover of Aisatsu Industries, an independent corporation for the control of Osterbrock Terminal. This federal incursion in an Empire-controlled system may jeopardize the uneasy peace between the two major powers. Galnet News war correspondent in Aisatsu confirmed that the Federal Navy dispatched a capital ship, the FNS Gelen, in order to support Li Chong Advanced Systems. Several conflict zones erupted around the system in the last few hours, most of which are theaters of intense fighting between two belligerent forces, with members of the Pilot Federation flying to the system to support one faction or the other. The outcome of this war is far from being decided yet. If the incursion proves successful, the Federation will gain an important strategic advantage in the region by consolidating its position deeper into Imperial territory. While the Empire Group will still be in control of the 4 other stations, a federal Osterblock terminal would become the base of operations from which Li Chong Advanced Systems could plan its future expansions. Although it boasts a population of only 93 million, the system of Aisatsu is an important economic center for the region because of its refineries and high-tech industries. While officially neutral in the conflict, it is unlikely that the Empire will tolerate for long the presence of a Federation outpost in a system of such economic and strategic importance. Deep in the heart of the Empire, a handful of nations stand defiantly independent from their neighbors. One such nation is Quivira. Home to 37.5 million residents, Quivira has managed to maintain its independence by acting as a major supplier of industrial goods to its neighbors. Early last year, Quivira suffered from a period of deep recession, during which time it took out a series of bridge loans with Silver Universal plc. A recent increase in rates left the People's Quivira for Equality Party unable to pay off their debts, a fact which has caused the system to become the victim of legal action carried out on behalf of Senator Petraeus. Quivira Electronics plc, an Imperial corporation, has now been authorized to actively reclaim the debt owed to Senator Petraeus by the system's current leadership. As a first step towards that goal, Quivira Electronics plc has taken ownership of Stapleton Dock. With the Senator's blessing, Quivira Electronics is now hiring freelance reclamation agents to help extract the remaining debt. In response, the People's Quivira for Equality Party set up a defense fund with the Bank of Zoans, the contents of which will be paid out to any independent pilots who come to Quivira's aid in its time of need. The defense of Quivira is being organized aboard Godel Dock. After a heated meeting of the Senate held earlier today, Senator Petraeus made a rare appearance on Question Everything to address the accusations leveled against Emperor's Grace by Senator Lavini. "This is outrageous," the senator began. "Emperor's Grace has served as the loyal stewards of H.R. 706 for decades, a fact Senator Lavini is well aware of. The very idea that one of my own would dare instigate such an attack without my knowledge is preposterous. It would never happen. It's clear what this is actually all about. If Senator Lavini wishes to accuse me of something, she had better come up with more evidence than that weak pile of fabricated dreck she calls proof. If the senator has anything of substance to share, I suggest she present it. I will not allow my men to be martyred for the sake of the senator's lust for the throne. Emperor's Grace has my full support. They will continue to govern H.R. 706 in my stead, and their leaders will be released from their false imprisonment immediately. These trumped-up charges will not stand. According to security personnel on the Achenar, the leadership of Emperor's Grace has been released into Senator Petraeus' custody, and are currently serving under house arrest in H.R. 706. That's the Galnet news for today. Tune in next time to keep your galaxy in focus.